display. Yeah, 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 yeah. We gon' put your business on display. I got winners on the way. You know you can't knock the hustle. And if you gotta get in place, then we gon' put your business on display. Grab a seat with Neesha for a minute. And if you got the goods, we can talk about your business. She know what it's like to make a move independently. And I don't fake what's like that. We've been trusting God like that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, we gon' put your business on display.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Let's see if I can do this without glasses. Happy Wednesday. Yay. We are here, Neesha's Network, here every Wednesday at 12 noon Central Standard Time. And we're super excited about introducing people that we think you should know, putting their business, their ministry, their awareness out on blast. And we're super excited about that. Every week we have been having special guests. And as of late, I've been introducing you to people that I'm not really that familiar with, but I have found that they are some pretty amazing people. And for the month of March, we have been interviewing women with her story. And we know that March is Women History Month. And so we're celebrating women who are doing some amazing things. So I'll repeat myself again, as I have the last couple weeks. And that is where I have been sharing with everyone that Clubhouse. I've met some pretty phenomenal people. And so today I have another new guest, and her name is none other than Miss Brooke Grant. Hello, Brooke.
Hi, how are you, Neesha?
Welcome to Neesha's Network, and welcome to We Work Wednesdays, where we talk about businesses. And so I'd like to say that Brooke had a captivating voice when I first met her. Her smile alone is huge, and it brightens up the day. And so immediately listening to her story, I don't remember exactly when, but I remember I said, I need to connect with her. She would be amazing to interview. So I want you to tell us a little bit. I'm going to let you introduce yourself to everyone and reintroduce yourself to me, even though I've met you and we've talked. So go for it, girl.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for inviting me onto this awesome platform, Her Story Month. So what's my story, right? I'm a simple island girl. I grew up here in the Bahamas, where I presently reside. I was born in Houston, Texas, but this has been my first home. Spent a little while in Austin, but now back here, island life with my small family. I've been married to Stefan Grant, who is a visual artist, for 7 years. We have two beautiful daughters, Glory and Victory. And so, who's the mom and the wife behind the Grant story? Well, I am a sole proprietor of Brooke Grant Network, which is a marketing and communications consultancy. My career has took me to opportunities to work both in the public and private sector, working with governments in the hospitality field, entertainment, in the faith industry as well. And so I have been writing a lot. I love to help my clients bring their ideas to life by way of communicating their message in a manner that's effective and that gets their message out there quickly, but it helps them to focus on their focus so they can work in the back end in whatever their field or craft is. And I work in the foreground, getting the message out there on their social platforms or websites, or published into a book, which is a new thing that I'm now doing. So that's my passion. That's where my heartbeat is. My husband and I together, we have a relationship help desk, and we kind of had shut it down when we started having children. And it's because things just got crazy. You know, we
Hold
were
on a
trying
minute. I
to,
have to stop you. I have to stop you. Hold on, hold on. You say you have a
yep.
relationship help desk?
Yeah, so that's how we
How
simplify
unique is
what
that?
that we do.
That is so cool. I have never heard anybody put it like that or even came up with that. That's really pretty cool. So tell me how that worked.
Perfect. So when we were dating and courting, of course, premarital counseling super fast. 6 years. We've been married 6 years. Before getting married, we had started. So we had tons and tons of information coming to us from spiritual mentors, from pastors, from leaders, from married couples who got the thing right. And so all of that information that came to us, we were in overflow state. So it's like, hey, we got to share this knowledge. We have to share these insights. And we were happy. We've always been best friends, and we together. So my husband went live on Facebook because I just heard him in the room talking. So I went, I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, shh, I'm live. I'm like, you're live. And I sat next to him. And from that day, like we just kept it going and moving. So we did it on Facebook. Now we're taking it to Clubhouse. We just started our club. It's called God is Love. So we did our first live testimony talk on Saturday past, and we intend to continue to do that. It's really to help and to bring healing to relationships, to bring hope that marriage is still the right thing to do and it's still super rewarding.
It is rewarding. Well, that's my passion too. So, we're talking the same language there. I think we actually met in a marriage room, one of the marriage rooms on Clubhouse. So,
yeah,
I wanted to ask you, tell me a little, I'm gonna veer off from your business just for a minute, but tell me how different it is in the Bahamas in terms of the pandemic and different things like that, as opposed to where we are, where things have shut down. And, what are things like there?
Yeah, it's crazy. I think this is a whole new world for everyone. When the pandemic started, I was in Austin, waiting to have my second daughter. She was born in May of last year. So it was my 2-year-old, myself, and just waiting on the newborn. My husband was already here in the Bahamas. So it was kind of a stressful time for us. There was like an immigration matter why he couldn't travel. So I had the baby, healthy, happy baby. My dad came, and thankfully we had family when he came for a little while, and he moved us back here. But I can tell you that the restrictions have been a lot stricter here than they were in Austin.
Okay.
Restrictions such as, churches being completely shut down, social gatherings being shut down, nationwide curfew, rather. We're still on a curfew. It's been extended to 11 p.m. now. So I think we're doing good. But yeah,
Wow.
those freedoms, there was curfew on the beach. Like you had to leave the beach by noon for a long time. And so moving back here, I was a bit disappointed that I couldn't spend as much time on the beach, but I understood what the government was doing. And now that the restrictions are being relaxed, I'm feeling a lot more relaxed myself that I can go to the beach again and socialize a little bit more.
Well, that's really good to hear. Sometimes you just need to hear stories about people in different places. And even though, your main place was the States, but it's just really nice to hear. So you went to have the baby in Texas and then came back to the Bahamas. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was actually living out there. I was working with a particular Hyatt property outside of Austin. So I had to commute about a 40-minute commute each day. Pandemic hit, got furloughed. So we were just there waiting patiently, just hoping that my husband's paperwork would get expedited. He'll be able to rejoin us over there. But COVID just slowed everything down. So I just
Yes.
held on to have the baby there where medical attention was ready to receive us. And then we came here.
That's good. Well, let's get to the reason we're here today. Brook Grant Network. I haven't heard many people put network besides me behind their name, except like I'm just gonna say world renowned people. And of course, you're probably world renowned now, but or headed that way. Come on, headed that way, right? So Brook Grant Network. Tell me what all that encompasses.
Perfect. So network is twofold. Obviously, Brooke Grant's my name. So network means that I have to create a network of persons in the fields of communications, advertising, marketing, and design that can partner with me to take on big clients. And these clients would come from the fields of, first and foremost, faith. So faith-based clients, we're working to take the kingdom message to the world on a bigger scale. Of course, we know pastors are really heavy in the trenches and don't get the time to be as creatively productive as they would like to be. So I want to lighten the load a little bit in that particular niche. Outside
Mm-hmm.
of the faith arena, small and mid-sized businesses, again, we offer digital marketing support, marketing consultations, and strategic design for anyone who needs a campaign or just some strategy for rebranding or for launching. And so that would encompass all of the content elements: photography, artwork, branding, packages, visuals, and copywriting, my baby.
Copywriting's your baby, huh?
Oh, secondly, yeah, I really enjoy just geeking out and getting the words together. I think that's where I come alive. I put in a lot of hours writing. And early on in my career, I did a lot of newsy stories. They were more just press release style, a few advertorials here or there. And eventually I got into website copy. But when I looked at how many stories I had churned out in the 5 years that I sat as a communications executive with the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism, I think those stories were somewhere in the 200s, like seriously.
Wow.
I would write so much and it would come so naturally. And I just found peace and enjoyment in doing that. And so I didn't need to be in the forefront behind the camera. I mean, I like to be behind it, but in front of the camera, I didn't have to do that as much if I was the one just scripting everything and bringing that message to life. So the other side is being in the front of the camera, network, TV network, multimedia. So eventually taking the business to a place where I can be that content director and I can be that person producing short films or documentaries and podcasts, those sorts of things where that information that I get from those clients can go out and be disseminated globally to their market of preference.
Wow, you have a wide range of services to offer, and you're a mommy and a wife. Oh my goodness! So, Brooke, I was thinking about this, and before we ask you, why you chose to go into this field, and just for you to elaborate a little bit more on that, I wanted to ask you, what's the difference between, is there a double meaning, I guess, for digital marketing? Because so many people have definitions in their mind for digital marketing, and in my mind, digital marketing fits one definition, and then I've heard many people like saying, I want to grow on Instagram, or I want to grow on Facebook, I want to grow on LinkedIn, and should I hire a digital marketer? Well, I don't know if that's the same as what a digital marketing is. So can you just, in your own words, just share, what is the advantage of having a person who does digital marketing and hiring them?
That's a great question. Clarity is super important. And even if we just look at marketing in and of itself, kind of abstract, a lot of people don't really understand what goes into marketing. And it's often confused with branding or something else. So when you look at digital marketing, that's taking what was once traditional. We know traditional marketing is more so TV, radio, newspaper, that print, those opportunities. And you come into the digital space, anything that you can do through technology that you're using to gain market share or to position yourself, that falls under digital marketing. So that includes website, paid search, paid ads, social media. So yeah, social media falls under digital marketing. However, that's a niche that maybe a lot of people may need that more exclusively than the others. Maybe if they don't have a website as yet, or their online presence is not as strong, social media marketing as a component of digital marketing is an area that I see high demand in right now.
Okay. Yeah, because someone inboxed me this morning actually, and they said, I see you're growing on Instagram. How are you doing that? And I'm like, I'm raising my hand in Clubhouse. And I'm trying to connect
There
with
you
people,
go.
and I'm starting to interview people, and I tell people that I'm interviewing, make sure you share this video so that people can follow Nisha's network. Just the same way of just really building relationships and connecting with people. So let's go ahead and ask you the question, what made you decide to go into this business for yourself? And then, I see you put on your Instagram a homemaker, which it does not sound like you have time for that. But explain
Oh
to
yeah.
us exactly what made you choose to go into this business.
Yeah, so from a very young age, I knew that I would be in an innovative field. I knew that whatever it was that I was going to go into full time to bring me the most reward would have to be something that took creativity, that works with strategy, and that works with lots of people. I won't necessarily say that I'm a people's person, but yes, I do enjoy meeting people and socializing. Of course, to be creative, it takes a lot of introversion. So like you really have to, focus in on your focus. But yes, I knew from a young age that I would have these creative ideas that I was getting. Just I would doodle ideas. I would literally sit in a lecture, and if it did not get my attention, I would write out like a mini business plan. So there were so many things going through my head that all me on the path of being an entrepreneur. that I needed to marry that desire and those creative tidbits with something a little bit more structured that could highlight my stronger skill sets, which I later found to be writing and marketing, communications and marketing. So taking the step to then start my own business, I made a step when I turned 25 and I said, I'm going to start social media marketing. And so my 25th birthday, I had these custom cupcakes with like Facebook and Instagram logos, LinkedIn logos on them. It was so cute. I'm like, I'm doing it. I am launching.
Wow. That is amazing. So really
Yeah,
it's
so
being
go ahead.
visible. Being visible.
Mhm. Mhm.
We're breaking up, so that's why I couldn't hear you. But doing everything you can to be visible to start marketing was pretty amazing, and down to making cupcakes. That's pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, so that was 25. I think closer to, well, 30. Yeah, at 30, that's when after furlough and COVID, and I decided that, hey, I am going to make this thing happen for real, for real. Prior to that, I had a few clients here or there, nothing really consistent. But every so often, you get that burning in your soul, and it's like, I gotta be doing that thing that's on the inside of me. And what makes it even more troublesome is when God shows you a vision of what it is that He has for you to do in the earth. And so I
Yeah.
had a vision in 2016. So I've been 26 at the time. And when that happened, it's like the vision never left me. So I knew I had to continue to do exactly what I explained at the beginning of our chat in establishing this network. It would be
Yeah.
multimedia and be multifaceted through marketing communications. So I'm doing it now, 6 months and full time. Yes, I'm also a full time homemaker. But for me, what constitutes a full time day, like I dedicate my 4 hours. This is the 4 hours that I can do right now. When my business and my life gets to a point where I can do 8 or 12 hours a day or as needed, then I'll adjust as such. So the volume of clients that I take on matches what I can produce at this present time.
Wow. So I'm veering off from a few other questions because then another question that I have is, how has it been with your marketing in terms of, are you working with people just within your local area, or because of virtual platforms, are you able to help people all over the world?
Yeah. So presently, the clients that I do have more of a frequent workload coming in from, they're local on the same island as I am. However, I have been offering consultation services to persons on different islands as well as throughout the US. So I am open to a wider array of clients once they fit exactly what it is that I can provide based on their needs.
Oh,
So it's important that anyone who comes for a consultation, they have deadlines in mind, they have phases for their launch in mind. They just come with the questions. So the way that I format it is, I'm here to serve you, provide you with some strategies, some tips, some recommendations. You have 30 minutes, acts away. And so it really depends on what the clients come to me with, what they're able to leave with at the end of that free consultation. And so I'm happy to open that up to anyone who's watching today as well. I'd be more than happy to get to know you and to see how I can assist you and steer you in the right direction. Even if it's explaining what marketing or digital marketing is
yeah.
and how does that work for your business model.
Yes. Well, the people that I know that are in Neesha's network right now, I have some people that I want to refer to you, just thinking about this. So just to ask questions. But one of the questions that's being asked is, what are some of the challenges you face while launching?
Yeah. So, for me, launching and because I had done it in, I guess, two different phases. The first back in 2015 when I turned 25 and I had launched, it was local. I was living here in the islands. And so all my family and friends knew about it. It was my birthday. So I like posted pictures and information. I got like an infographic flyer. I posted that out. Were celebrating with me. So my launch, I think most launches should be that. You don't have to do them on your birthday as I did, but that was my new year. So when I look at that one was pretty seamless. I was not doing this full time, it was part time. So now that I'm full time and I'm relaunching right now, I have been phasing my services in. I have been phasing even myself into certain circles. So, for instance,
Okay.
in the faith niche, I've been doing more of a one-to-one conversation with persons whom I know are either pastors or ministers, or they have some heavy assignment on them that I can, alleviate some of the load by providing them with content services. So it's more of a gracious stepping into each niche as needed in this particular phase of my relaunch. So challenges, I think that I just took the bull by the horns and said, hey, I'm not running out the gates with everything because I can only handle so much right now being a stay-at-home mom and balancing those 4-hour work days. When I do grow and expand beyond where I am now, oh yeah, it's gonna be a party.
Yeah, you're going to have a whole corporation, right? Because you're going to have people working for you.
Yeah.
But I think that's so important what you said, because so many people have massive giftings and they're talented in so many areas, and all of them start bubbling at the same time, including myself. And then you're like doing everything all at the same time. But I love what you said. You put it in phases and you actually took the time to actually, this is phase one, this is where I'm going to launch. And then probably when you need to have a team of 10 people, then you can launch more deeper into inviting more opportunities that you have within your Brook Grant network. So I'm going to ask you, what makes you so passionate about this field? I can only imagine, but I hear some of it now just because I know. But tell me a little bit about why you're so passionate.
Yeah, when we think about ourselves and my personal journey as a child, I was very athletic. And so I always envisioned myself just, going to the Olympics and like just going hard as an athlete. So that discipline and that focus has remained with me. And so when I thought about my life and how that would play out, I said, okay, what brings me fulfillment? That dream of mine got crushed because I got a really bad injury. And so I went into more of the speakers circuit just by way of, okay, you're in school, you need to join like debate club or do something, show that you're a leader. And when I did it, I excelled. And I had no idea that I was a speaker. Like as a track star, all you got to do is look good, finish strong, look good, maybe shave your legs. Like there's really no need for you to debate with anybody. Come and meet me on the field, so I'll show you what I can do. So taking all of that, and now I'm speaking and I'm writing and I'm leading in different civic organizations. And I looked at other people who looked back at me and said, how are you doing this? And I'm like, how are you not doing this? And it took a humbling moment to realize that not everyone is a speaker. Not everyone has the confidence to just up and do something the first time that their mama told them, hey, you better write a speech and enter the
Yeah.
speech competition. So I thanks God for that gift, the boldness, and of course, the gift of oration that He gave me. And I want to help persons who aren't so strong in that area, but have a strong message to get it out. So,
Mm.
just looking at that and looking at my life in retrospect, I don't want anyone to feel handicapped, which I happened to be when I got an injury. I don't want anyone to feel handicapped because they have this big assignment. But like Moses, I ain't a good speaker. You need to put someone out here who can speak for me. So, let me be your Aaron. Let me help you out.
What a good analogy, biblical analogy. So when you hear people talk, and just in a regular conversation, does the gift of what you do immediately start rumbling inside you, and you're like, oh, I know what she can do, I know what he can do, or you see the difficulty and you immediately want to burst them there? But how important is it for people to be ready? You know what I mean? Because I think about so many people are have great ideas, but what's the importance? And I know this is veering off, but what do you feel is the importance of people actually being ready? How do you know when they're ready to launch their gift into to making their dreams come true or making their businesses come alive?
Mm. A big part of it, and as I listen to heart and the words that come themselves, if I don't hear from them, I'm ready in any of what they've said to me, I would ask them, I'd say, hey, are you ready to move to the next level? yes or no. Okay, well, what does the next level look like for you? Because in my mind, I may have a certain expectation that this person never considered or is far beyond. So I need to make sure
Yeah.
that I'm on the same playing field as they are, that I can see from their lens. And once we have that clarity, I'm able to then offer them strategic advice as to how they can achieve their goals and launch if the launch is what they're looking to do. So it's definitely clarity on both ends.
Well, I know it can be very rewarding for people to be able to experience sitting down with you, number one. But what is your reward? What's the most rewarding thing that you experience after meeting with clients and seeing the success rate, or maybe even some people that aren't ready? What is the most rewarding?
I think client feedback is super important. There are some clients that would give it to you right away. They'd say, "Wow, I never thought about that," or "Thank you so much," right there in that session. But then there are some clients that are a little bit more reserved. And like one of my clients now, we've been friends for a long time, but he's just a nodder. He's like, "Okay, all right," and I'm like, "Is this good? Like, do you like this?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Do
Oh
I
my,
need to try hard?" I'm like, but yeah, I love to hear their feedback and to find out what was their aha moment. You know,
mm,
what was that one thing that they came to that session with that they were able to leave with and not have to worry or stress about anymore because I brought clarity. So just getting that feedback, whether it's in the session or after that session, or if they book another one, it lets me know that there's something right. Let me get more to the core of what am I doing right for them so that I can perfect it and give it to them 10x. So I listen and I pursue feedback, because sometimes we can just assume that we weren't effective, or that we didn't speak their language, because you may have a nodder on the other
mm,
end of that camera.
mhm. Yes, I'm a nodder because sometimes when I'm talking to people, I'm all engaged with what they're saying. I forget I'm the one that's moderating and doing the interview because I'm sitting here thinking, my mind is going and thinking about the things that I need to do and the services that I look for. You know what I mean? And like, well, how can I do that? Well, I need to get in touch with Brooke myself. Well, listen, you guys, we are here. We've been here this last half an hour almost with Brooke Grant, who is in the Bahamas currently with Brooke Grant Network. And so I was thinking about this, Brooke. I want you to tell people how to get in touch with you, but I want you to reintroduce yourself. I am Brooke Grant Network, the branding strategist, the digital marketer, the all of the things. Just lay out an array of titles that go under the Brooke Grant Networker. You said the copywriter. So just lay out an array of titles so that people can know that they can get in touch with you for all the services that they need. And it's amazing because it's digital and I mean virtual, and that's the way of the world, and that's the blessing, is you can be global because of that. So
Yes.
okay, so just start over. We're reintroducing Brooke Grant Network, who you need to get in contact with. Okay, so drum roll, here she is. Go ahead, girl.
Okay, pull to refresh.
What's the
Good
refresh?
day. Good day, everybody. I am Brooke Grant, and I am a marketing consultant, the brain behind Brooke Grant Network, which is your complete marketing solution. The two pillars of services that my company offers are marketing and communications. And so when we talk about marketing, it's all digital marketing. So that takes you from creating your content for a social media platform, for a website platform, for getting behind the scenes with some paid search campaigns. So that's the digital space. I thoroughly enjoy that. I do have roughly, I think, 12 years now. I was saying 10, 12 years of experience in that field, as well as communications as a writer, a copywriter. So I help you bring clarity and confidence to your messaging by putting it in terms that your audience can digest, that they will enjoy, that will magnify your message and just take you to the right place in terms of attracting your ideal clients. So I want to take the load and the stress of finding your clients and speaking their language away from you by instituting some marketing tactics and strategies into your business plans. I offer a free consultation service, which is a 30-minute chat where you can ask me anything. I can provide tips and tactics. You come ready, and I'll be more than happy to speak with you and help you with some clarity and direction for your business.
Look, you guys, how
And
amazing is
I'm
that?
on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay,
Yeah, Brooke
Facebook.
Grant Network is my handle.
Okay, Facebook, Instagram. Are you on LinkedIn as well?
I am as Brooke Grant. So you may not see network there or my logo, but you'd
Okay,
see a headshot wearing white,
okay.
hair
So,
pulled back, looking kind of like this.
so what's the website?
So my social handles are Brooke Grant Network. My website, I have a booking page. So I use a third party app just to get my appointments queued up through that. But it's linked to all of my pages. So the
Okay.
links that are in my bio, you hit that, and then you go to services, and then you can book your consultation right there. So it's my LinkedIn bio, my Instagram bio, and my Facebook bio on my Brooke Grant Network pages.
So you guys, you need to get in touch with Brooke today, okay? She's offering a 30-minute consultation. That's amazing, you guys. So follow her on Instagram, follow her on Facebook, and all social media platforms that you can find her, and schedule your appointment today. So Brooke, I am just so grateful to meet global people, and just people who I see are doing their God-given kingdom assignment and kingdom gift in the earth to bring change. Thank you so much. Out of all the things you're most proud of, beside those two little babies and your husband, tell me what you're most proud of.
What am I most proud of? My head is just always in some literature. So either I'm trying to sort through the madness in my mind, and I just call it madness because it's like a content clutter box. Like there's so much that I have experienced over the past 2 years as I journeyed as a mom, as a wife, as a businesswoman, now a business owner. But I think what I am most proud of is the way that I have invested in myself. A lot of times we just say, oh, this is what I do. And you don't think so much on like putting the money and the time and the sacrifices behind pushing it to the next level. I used to treat it more as a happenstance. Oh, if there's a free workshop, I'll go to that. That's free. It's not going to cost me anything. Or I can go to YouTube University and just study, watch different blogs and learn about things. But I've invested in my business and in myself in ways that I used to take for granted in the past. So I'm really proud of myself for stepping up and doing that. It takes time, it takes sacrifice, but the reward is so much more enjoyable because you're putting in the work. Just how you flaunt, I have an MBA, and I would want to flaunt that in an office space if this were an office space, but it's just a bedroom with a fancy backdrop. My husband painted this, by the way.
Oh my Lord,
Like
that's beautiful.
it's massive. I think this is like 10 by 7. Like it's massive. But
Wow.
yeah, you would want to flaunt something like that. And so, after you invest in yourself and you did it without someone breathing down your neck to do it, you did it because there's something on the inside of you that you do need to frame, to laminate, to mount on a wall and take it to the world, deliver it in a beautiful package. That is self-investment. I'm super proud of that. And I'm so happy that I started doing that. I think last year it was when I really started taking myself a lot more seriously and realizing that I got to get this vision out there and materialize. So it has to come to form. And so it's coming to fruition now.
Wow, well, you've made me excited today. I mean, it has really like stirred up something inside of me, and I can't wait for us to connect even more. You guys, this has been an amazing 30 minutes, very informative as well as ignite. My room on Clubhouse, my club is called Dream Fire Igniters because you have ignited some more fire inside of me. So you guys need to check out Brooke Grant. I really appreciate you taking the time today to share with me your gift, and then also to put your business out here so that people can know who you are. And in a world where people don't know you, like myself, and now we do, and we can connect with you. So whether you're a church, whether you're a business, whether you're someone who wants to purchase a book or write a book, whether you're someone who wants to get your business copyrighted, written, or anything that you have in the world of marketing and strategies, look out for Brooke Grant. I'm just really excited that I was able to meet you today and looking forward to more of our connection, Brooke. Thank you so much for joining me today. Do you have any last words for everybody?
Well, I want to say thank you to you, Neesha. Blessings on your business, everything that you're doing. Your platform is amazing, phenomenal. The word network, because it connects with me on so many levels. I was so happy when I saw that in your communication to me. I said, "Oh, Neesha has a network. She's not just Neesha." So I just want to applaud you for being consistent and doing what you're doing, because this is a game changer. And this type of content is what's going to change the lives of so many people, whether they stumble across the video or whether it's shared and someone is tagged into it. So you just continue to be the light that you are, open doors for people, and your reward is on the inside of you already. So you be
Let me
blessed. May your audience be blessed.
thank Let me tell you why that's so encouraging, because sometimes it is difficult to show up. And showing up, you don't know who's watching, you don't know who you're touching. But just you saying that alone, I'm like lifting my hands, like, yes, Lord, I hear you. Be consistent, stay the course.
Yeah.
Because
Don't
even if you
stop.
one person, it makes a world of difference. And I do know that. So I'm very grateful for you today. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask you to hold on before we end the call. And you guys, thank you. See you next week. We Work Wednesday. We have another amazing special guest for you. And so be on the lookout. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on LinkedIn and Twitter. God bless you all. And of course, Facebook. See you later.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, we gon' put your business on display.